12 people are dead in a mass shooting in Southern California. Diwali celebrations launched the Festival of Lights here at Humber College.
There it is.
It's
There
over.
it is.
And
There
the
it
Humber
is.
Hawks men's
This
soccer team
time,
celebrates a
Monk
big victory.
couldn't keep
Humber
it
News
out.
starts right now.
What a
I'm Terrence Bishendale, here at the newsroom at Humber's North Campus. It's Thursday, November 8th. Here is what's making news. There's been another mass shooting in the United States. This one took place in a Southern California bar late last night. 12 people were killed and dozens injured. Here's how the local sheriff described the scene early this morning.
The sheriff's sergeant was struck multiple times with gunfire. They found 11 victims that had been killed. The suspect, who we believe was the only suspect, was dead inside. And there were multiple other victims of different levels of injury inside that were rescued from the scene and taken to local hospitals.
This is the second mass shooting in the U.S. in the last 2 weeks. One of those killed was a sheriff's deputy who was a 29-year veteran. The gunman was identified as a U.S. Marine Corps veteran. Police are still investigating whether it's linked to terrorism. Canada Post admit to a privacy breach surrounding thousands of Ontario marijuana customers. The Postal Service said someone hacked its delivery tracking tool to gain access to personal information of almost 5,000 customers. However, Canada Post declined to identify the information that was stolen. Canada Post says that they are working with the cannabis store to investigate. A CNN reporter has been suspended from the White House until further notice. Jim Acosta was told last night his press credentials were being canceled. The decision was made after the CNN reporter provoked President Donald Trump at a press conference yesterday. He asked a series of questions about immigration, and Trump didn't like it. Here's how it went down.
That's not an invasion.
Honestly, I think you should let me run the country. You run CNN.
All right.
And if you did it well, your ratings
Let
would
me
be
ask,
much better.
if I may
Okay,
ask
that's
one other
enough.
question. Mr. President, if I may ask
Gina,
one
go
other
ahead.
question, are you worried?
That's enough. That's
Mr.
enough.
President,
That's
ask
enough.
one of the other folks.
That's
have had-
enough.
Pardon me, ma'am.
That's enough.
Excuse me.
That's enough.
Mr. President, I had one other
Peter,
question,
let's
if
go.
I may ask, on the Russia investigation. Are you concerned that you may have
I'm not concerned
indictments-
about anything with
that you
the
may have
Russian
indictments coming down?
investigation because it's a hoax.
Are you-
That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation?
Mr. President.
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN. Go ahead.
Press
I think that's
Secretary
unfair.
You're a very
Sarah
rude
Saunders
person.
said the
The way you
reporter
treat
was
Sarah
kicked out
Huckabee
for
is
putting
horrible.
his hands on a young woman assistant.
people are horrible.
Saunders announced that
shouldn't treat people
Acosta
that way.
would be stripped of his pass. It gives him access to the White House grounds. Former MP Tony Clement is under fire for sharing sexually explicit content on social media. PC leader Andrew Scheer has asked Clement to leave the caucus to deal with the allegations. Clement says the pictures were sent to a consenting female, but the woman says she felt uncomfortable that he liked so many of her pictures over the years. Clement also faced financial extortion during the case. According to the UN, neither Canada nor the United States is expressing an asylum claims crisis. Volker Turk, who is in charge of refugee protection for the UN, was in Ottawa this week. He said Canada's spike in migrants is nothing compared to millions who head to poorer countries every year. Marco Muzzo, the drunk driver convicted of killing 4, has been denied parole. He was charged back in 2015 for the deaths of 3 children and their grandfather. The 32-year-old says he feels terrible about the crash. The parole board panel swiftly denied his first appeal for parole, determining that they didn't believe that he was sorry for his actions. He was sent to jail for 10 years in March 2016. The Hindu Festival of Lights is happening all this week. The 5-day event happens every autumn and celebrates light overcoming darkness, also known as Diwali. It is a joyous celebration People celebrate by lighting candles, eating sweets, and setting off fireworks. The festival honors Hindu goddess Lakshmi, who is described as goddess of wealth and prosperity. More than 800 million people celebrate the event every year. And of course, people all across the GTA are part of those celebrations. This week, Humber College held their own Festival of Lights. Patrick Simpson has the story.
In a season full of dark days, a Festival of Lights seems to be what a lot of students needed. A large crowd attended the Tuesday event at Humber's North Campus. At the festival, there was a lot of dancing, and some were singing songs. And to top it off, it wouldn't be Diwali without some tasty treats. Zamin Mohsin from Humber's first year experience department talked about some of the fun things students did at this year's Diwali.
We have a DA station where there's a little bowl where they kind of get creative with it as well and draw. We have an art station where they can draw. We have little pins that they can have to represent who they are, like what Diwali is for as well. And then we just have basically a dance floor where they can kind of jam out and just enjoy and have fun.
One of the hosts of the event was Aniri Shah. She describes the problems that come with hosting the festival.
I'm the host for this event, and it's been like crazy because we have to make that who is performing next, and what is she or he doing. I really hope that this event's huge impact on students, that they certainly don't miss their home, and at the same time other people who have seen this event for the first time, they also learn about the different cultures and traditions from this event.
Students attending the Happy Hindu celebration had a lot to say. Some even dressed up for the occasion.
I haven't explored much of the event, but I'm actually looking forward to it. I think it's a great way to expose culture to other people, and it's a good way to celebrate it as well.
I'm here before 2 years, so this is the first function I'm enjoying in the Humber College that I really like it. It's really awesome. I really enjoy it. I have a performance after this, 2 performances, Bhangra performance. It's a national dance, so I'll do that, and I'm really enjoying it.
For Humber College, this year's Festival of Lights really seems to be off to a good start. Patrick Simpson, Humber News.
We are going to take a quick break. Still ahead, the latest in sports. But first, Michelle Halim has a preview of your 3-day forecast.
Thanks, Terrence. Pull out your umbrellas and raincoats. The weather's a little drizzly with some wind and sun. Tomorrow, there's a chance of rain and snow, so stay warm and sip some hot cocoa. I'll be back in a bit with your 3-day weather forecast.